Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristin.
And this is So I'm watching Desperate Housewives, Season 2, Episode 8.
The Sun Won't Set.
This was a fine episode.
I think it was not like a big deal.
Well, it's funny, like, right when we sat down, you were like, I'm enjoying this more now that we've kind of, like, gotten to the meat of it.
Yeah.
And I think that's true. Like, I completely stand by that. But also, this was sort of a moving parts along.
Yeah.
It feels like... And I think this is true of most of the seasons, but it feels like you get, like, they introduce the plot of the season in, like, the first 2 episodes, and then there's, like, 4 episodes of just sort of, like, not busy work, but just sort of hanging out with the characters, and then we go into the plot. The only real plot of merit, I would say, is Bree. Maybe not start there, or do you want to start there?
No, I don't want to start there. I want to start where the episode starts, which is that they're having a neighborhood meeting about Caleb, although they don't know that. And it's in Betty's house. Which actually, it's not as bold now that by the end of the episode, we realize Caleb never came home. They never caught him and he never came home.
They still have a dungeon in their basement.
They do still have a dungeon in the basement. But
again, because it's not even decorated.
Yeah. It's crazy. And so Betty breaks the tension.
I think it's time to take a vote on armed security. I've had enough. All those in favor.
Sorry. Things are just getting so dramatic.
Wow, you're really good.
We were taking a vote here.
She was a concert pianist.
Well, I dabbled a bit.
And because Mrs. McCluskey is
but it's super conspicuous.
It's not smooth. I was being sarcastic. It's not smooth at all.
Her and Matthew were like, oh, look over here.
Yeah, because Mrs. McCluskey wants to hire security. She's got a taser. She's got floodlights on the front of her house that illuminate the entire street.
Well, and to quote you, she's got a taser that she wants to use
it, like, a lot. So that is basically, so we've got that. And then by the end of the episode, Caleb is caught. Mike catches him because he can, like, hear stuff. Bongo starts barking.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Bongo, apparently.
Yeah, you were reading the trivia, and
this is the last appearance of Bongo. Bongo's like, that bitch is here.
What is it, boy?
And then there's something that happens, which I think I knew it, but I spoiled it for myself again. Something happens to Mike in season 3, and
doesn't he, like, go to prison or something?
It's his coma.
Oh, that doesn't stick.
So Mark Cherry was like he passed away or was, like, given away.
In the arms of the angel, fly from here.
I mean, I'm glad that in show they don't really address it, because
they don't.
I would rather that, because I mean, you just kind of forget.
Yeah. Also,
it's like the Brady's dog.
Well, it was also because when he started growling, I was like, "Fucking Susan's outside." I
thought it was Susan too.
But it was Caleb trying to steal a car. Do we think he can drive? I'm, like, very unclear about the.
But also the implication is, like, days have passed. So where was he? Like, just in Mrs. McCluskey's backyard?
I feel like she would have known.
Yeah.
So by the end of the episode, he is caught, and that's all we really need to do about that.
And he's carted away in a police car as Betty Applewhite, PLLs.
Yeah.
I forgot how weird she was.
Yeah, she's super weird. It's funny.
Like, she's very conspicuous.
Yeah. And Matthew has had a little rendezvous with Danielle. Well, he says he's going out to keep looking for Caleb, but it's like he's made plans to meet Danielle on a park bench. Classic. So then Lynette, she comes home at 9:00 at night. I'd kill myself. I just, like, if I was at work at 9:00 at night.
Just just one time.
Absolutely not. I worked when I worked at the hotel. I worked from 3:00 p.m. till 11 p.m. because that was my shift. But, like, if she's working an office job, if you can't be done with your office job by 6 p.m. at the latest, union. Like, we can't be doing this. It's absolutely not. So she comes home and the twins are running around in the middle of the road at night. And
in Mrs. McCluskey's
floodlights, because she's been keeping an eye on them because Tom is inside. Blessedly, he is cleaning.
I was gonna say it's a give and take situation.
It is.
With each step forward or with each step in the right direction, it's a little bit like a Hydra. There becomes two or three new things that he has to.
I'm certainly not judging Tom as harshly for this as I have for other things. Lynette is like, okay, well then where's Penny? And he's like, for a minute, he's like, oh God. And she's laying on the couch, which is also dangerous because she's not full. If she rolled, she'd roll right off.
There was
there
blanket.
a pillow? Okay.
I mean, probably not
Not
sufficient,
enough,
but
so regardless, so Lynette.
I know about that because I almost killed my brother when I was little.
Oh no, poor Andrew.
He wanted free range, and I felt bad,
so I unswaddled him.
I took all, and he just.
I love Andrew.
My mom was
super mad.
I mean, she knew I didn't mean, especially because I was like trying to like.
Was he like a tiny baby, or was he like how old? Like
months.
Oh God, Will. Could have really hurt him.
Off of our king's bed.
Oh no. Okay, he's fine.
Was that too much? I mean, I guess. It might explain a few things.
He's like 36. He's fine.
But I like look for this, like the back of my mind. I never did it again because, and I think that's why she felt bad because she was so mad, and she felt bad because I was trying to help.
Yeah, he seemed distressed.
He seemed distressed. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah. Oh God. Okay, so. He's doing his best. Tom's doing his best. Now I'm very.
I can't remember if we talked about it in last week's episode, but we definitely talked about it in like last week's reaction, where you've like come around a lot on Tom because you were really hard on him in season 1.
Well, and I do
deservingly so.
I do think I said in season 1 that I remembered him still being my favorite husband. It was just really tough. His whole because it felt very like, well, you couldn't do what I do, and Lynette's like, bitch, I did what you did. You couldn't do this, and she was right.
Handstand. And
so that's the other thing is like, I don't think Tom's doing anything like overtly bad, except he's just not keeping a close enough eye. So Lynette is like, I'm going to teach him a lesson. And she gets the receptionist. Stu the receptionist.
Who is so much more of a character than I remembered.
He's really.
But now I'm at a point where I'm like, well, then commit. Like, give him plot. Yeah.
So she is like, I need you to help me teach my husband a lesson. I want you to take this candy and I want you to go lure my sons into your car. And he does. And like Lynette and Tom are like watching from the window too, which I think is super funny.
I love how distressed Tom is about it too.
Okay, so what am I supposed to be looking at?
Okay, here he comes.
Forgot how much of the show he was in.
The assistant or the like receptionist?
What's going on?
I'm just trying to prove a point.
Hi, little boys.
Hell, who is that?
It's just Stu from our office.
You guys want to go for a ride?
This is crazy.
Why? Are you worried they might get in?
You like carnivals?
We're not allowed to talk to strangers.
Run, boys.
So, why don't you boys get in the car?
Run away. Run.
Get in the car and I'll give you some candy.
Yeah, candy!
Why are you running away? This is not the time to be smug. Clearly, our sons are idiots.
Okay. Jeez, share.
Oh my God, Mace or something?
Hi.
Hi.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
I can't! No, you don't! You pervert! Hold on, you're not going anywhere!
I thought I remembered something happening.
He keeps tasing him. That's so many tases. Yeah, he's like, no, they're good boys.
Run, boys,
They're not
run.
gonna do it. Yeah. If you get in the car, I'll give you candy. And they throw down their toys and they're like, candy, woo!
He also, like, Stu's doing a really bad job, too. He's just sort of like, hey, kids, come here, get in the car. I'll give it. Like, he's not even like, oh, cool. What do you got? Like, he's not even disengaged or like.
Well, it's like he's not a predator and he's like trying to be.
Because I had to like subconsciously remember, but I was like, Lynette, I was like, that's a good way to get him arrested.
Yeah. Well, so he gets the kids in the car, but then Mrs. McCluskey sees, and she comes out brandishing her taser and gets him out of the car and just tases him repeatedly.
Like 5 times.
Over and over and over before Lynette can be like, oh my God, stop.
At one point, she's holding him down
Yeah.
to continue tasing him, which
Truly incredible, actually. Really good. Really good stuff.
wonderful Catherine Houston.
Very good. And she's done all this because of the break-in at Gabby's. So she's got the lights and the taser because she doesn't feel safe in the neighborhood. Susan, I guess, first.
Oh, yeah.
So
I just don't care.
Sophie and Morty are getting married. Susan has okay, Mike is not going to the wedding. So Susan goes to talk to him about it, and she's like, I hope it's not just because of us. And I'm like, what the fuck else would it be about? Of course it's about that. Why is he going to go to your mom's wedding? Crazy. So anyway, she makes some comment about her father having been at the Battle of Hanoi, and Mike was like, that's weird because that's an enemy territory. There wouldn't have been a battle. And she's like, well, he was in the Merchant Marines, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, well, that's also weird because the Merchant Marines were not soldiers. They were like bringing goods, like supplies. And she was like, huh. So she gets there to the rehearsal late, and she then asks Sophie about it. And Sophie is like, why are you trying to ruin this? And she storms away. And so Susan and Morty get to talking.
Well, there was this fantastic moment with the like officiant.
The Reverend, yeah.
The Reverend and Morty.
What do you want me to say? You want me to say I'm a bad mother? Fine! I'm a bad mother! Are you happy now?
No, because you're being insane.
Mom!
Yes, I know what I'm getting into.
But it was very much like your funeral.
Yeah. So Susan and Morty have a conversation, and Morty tells the story about how he lost his virginity to a woman in
professional.
A professional behind a noodle shop, a Korean noodle shop. And he basically was just like, we're all embarrassed of something. Like, something gives all of us shame. So, like, don't give your mom too hard of a time. So at the wedding, during the reception, Sophie makes a toast.
I want to thank everyone for coming.
It's also just like such a white dress.
My amazing daughter, Susan. Because I'm a horrible person.
God.
And she deserves so much better than me.
Just like both always collectively crashing out.
Honey.
No. Susan needs to know the truth.
Right now?
Your father was not a one-night stand. He was married. And he was my boss. When I told him I was pregnant, he broke it off. And he never spoke to me again. But he gave me my incredible daughter. And for that, I want to thank Addison Broody.
Do you know where he is?
I have no idea.
I know Addison Prudy. He runs the feed and supply store at 3rd and Sutherland. Prudy's a fairly common name.
Is it?
So, Addison Prudy.
Is that him? Yes. Are you saying that all this time my father has been right across town running the supply and feed store? I can't believe this.
You're not still seeing him, are you?
Yeah. I love Bob Newhart. And she's just like, I'm a terrible mother, and I had a one-night stand, and like it's something
Addison Pruitt or like
Addison Prudy. And the Reverend, this is his only line, is like, oh yeah, he runs the feed. So at first Susan is like, oh no, it's like whatever. But then when she finds out that he's been alive this whole time and he lives in town, Susan is pretty pissed off at Sophie. And I think kind of rightfully so. Apparently he was married and he was
her boss.
Sophie's boss. And so they had an affair. And when she came up pregnant, he broke it off and they like never spoke again. I get it. But it also is like,
I mean, what do you do?
Susan's
what do you do?
40.
Yeah.
Like, how do you, she's, I mean, if she was normal, I would have told her by now. But Susan is very clearly not normal. So she would have.
And when she like believed this with her
Yeah.
with her whole everything.
That he was like a merchant marine and all this
Mhm.
stuff. Yeah. So anyway, although it's also a little bit on Sophie for not like coming up with a story that didn't have holes in it. But it's whatever. And then we see him at the end, and I presume we're gonna have a
Susan like tracked him down.
plot line with
Mhm.
that. Yeah. We see him closing up his feed and supply store. Which brings us to Bree.
And Gabby.
Oh, Gabby.
The Danny trio of it
Yeah.
all.
So Carlos is sedated in prison because he's so upset about
Tore
the
his
baby.
mattress up.
And he tore his mattress, and so his hands are to shreds, you say. And Gabby is like, she's pushing it down, but she is presenting like she's fine. Like all the women took like time out of their schedule to be with her, and she's like, I gotta return these
Baby clothes.
baby shoes never worn.
Barely. Well, yeah.
Baby shoes for sale, never worn. And so, and the thing is like they are all being very sympathetic, and like Carlos is very put out about her attitude. And I'm like, did everybody
Forget.
fall on their heads and forget she didn't want this baby? And also like let her process this in her own time, kind of. But regardless. So then Danny Trejo arrives and is like, I was inside with Carlos. Like he sent me here. You know, blah, blah, whatever. And so he's just like camped out on the front porch for the whole week.
Reading his lingerie magazines,
Yeah.
drinking his Miller Lite.
Yeah. And so finally he's like, she tries to pay him off, and he's like, okay, well, can we take this to the bank? Because can we like cash this? I don't have like a bank account yet because I just got out of prison. And so he gets her in his car with no window crank and no door handle, and she thinks she's going to be murdered. And so they get to the park where, hey, no people, lucky for us. And she takes off her shoes and starts running away. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing? Carlos asked me to help you with your grief, while he's holding one red balloon. Like Pennywise the clown. And so basically he's like, you let go of the balloon and you like put all your feelings about the loss and everything into it and let it go. And she thinks it's silly at first. And then she comes around and it's very emotional. And it's nice.
It was.
Yeah.
We've said a lot where I think it deserves saying that Eva's actually very good.
She's very good.
And
yeah.
it was nice. And frankly,
And it does
Danny,
also let her come to her emotions in real time, which
Mhm.
I appreciate.
And Danny was good.
Yeah.
And I actually liked that plot a lot.
Yeah. Which now that brings us to Bree. Who is engaged to George.
Is she?
She's not wearing the ring. And she's also noted while she's cutting out coupons, which seems crazy for Bree to be doing.
No.
No, she seems the type to pay full price on principle because she can.
Sure.
She doesn't seem like a bargain hunter.
Yeah.
You're like, I could go either way. Maybe like because the couponing is such a suburban thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that the notion of like the order, the following the rules,
Sure, okay.
the structure of it, I think is part of what
That's fair.
I think she would find it. Like I see it more as a hobby for her
Okay.
rather than like a.
I'll take that. I'll take a hobby. So on the back of one of the coupons, she notices a picture of her and she turns it over, and there has been an engagement announcement put in about her and George, and she is rightfully a little irritated. So she goes to the pharmacy and she's like, what the hell is this? It's a good thing that there was some sort of flood in Sri Lanka, or else people would actually read this. And he's like, oh, well, the damage is done. Yeah. And so then
I'm so curious what her actual game plan is, because it seems like she's just going to ignore it.
Well, so for me, because she has said it a couple times. She's like, Rex has only been dead for like 7 weeks. This is crazy fast. So I think she's just kind of trying to let it play out a little bit. But then this woman comes to see her, Layla, who used to be engaged to George. And she's like, listen.
We'd been dating for 6 months when he asked me to marry him.
That's an okay amount of time. It's a little too soon, but...
From the moment I said yes, George got so possessive. And when he found out my ex lived just down the street, George accused me of seeing him behind his back. And then one night, I got a call from the police. Someone had set my ex's car on fire. I could never prove anything, but I knew it was George. Well, I don't know what to say. I know, it's upsetting.
Yes, it is. To have a complete stranger come into my home, drink my tea,
and then try to turn me against one of the sweetest men I have ever known.
Honey, you gotta trust me. George is a whack job, and you should get while the getting's good.
I think it's time for you to leave.
When I read that you were engaged to George, I felt it was my duty to let you know he's crazy. But now that I've met you, I can see it's a match made in heaven.
You did come in really hot, lady.
How are you supposed to?
I know.
He is bananas. He slapped me in the face once. He like did something to this guy that when he realized that my ex lived down the street, he like did something to him. I don't remember what it was.
Set his car on fire.
Set his car on fire. And so Bree is like, listen, hussy, I don't buy one word of it. I do not believe women, is what Bree said. Get out of my house. You drank my tea. How dare you?
I was a little put out by that scene. I wanted, I don't know. I don't know what I expected from that. The woman did come in hot.
She came in hot, but again, I was like, how do you actually approach a conversation like that? You're trying to deliver terrible news to somebody who presumably has no idea.
And is not even looking for it. Like, it's like,
because as
it's
stands,
understandable that she would be hostile to
it stands, Bree is just like, this is moving too fast.
Mm-hmm.
She's not like, I don't want this at all. And so she basically kicks her out.
I do like, though, that she kind of let her have it.
Up with George. She's like, hey, do you know this woman? And he's like, she's not allowed in the pharmacy anymore. She's crazy. And then he totally breaks a HIPAA, like the entirety of the HIPAA oath or whatever, and shows Bree Layla's medical stuff about how she's taking antidepressants and like mood stabilizers.
And
antipsychotics. But it's actually not hers. It's someone named Ethel. He has changed the like name in the system. Which is then breaking HIPAA for Ethel. What's her name? And so he's like, you don't need to worry about her, which is crazy. And also he keeps on asking her why she's not wearing her ring.
It's so unappealing.
Gross.
It's so
it's gross.
Because it's like one thing, but it's just like so snivelly.
Yeah.
Because you're sort of like, and what are you going to do about it?
Exactly.
Like, ugh.
And so then they're out to dinner later, and he does it again. He's like, I want you to wear your ring. And she's like, well, the stone is loose. I'm going to take it to the jeweler. And he literally is like, I don't care. Put it on. Like, you have to wear it.
Like,
and he says something about a naked figure being an invitation or something. Ugh.
But the thing is, he's like treating it like the ring is the victory. And I'm like,
you have to get her ass down the aisle for this to be true.
And I'm like, her putting on the ring doesn't make your problems go away. It's the fact that she doesn't want to that's the problem.
Yeah.
Not the fact that there's not a ring on her finger.
No, 100%. It's very like, there's a whole plot line when, what's his face? Aiden on Sex and the City, John Corbett, he proposes to Carrie and she keeps wearing it on a necklace as opposed to on her finger. And she just keeps saying, it's closer to my heart this way. And it's like, it's fucking not. You don't want to get married to him. This is a problem. And so, she basically she's still trying to like put him off. And then some guy way more manly.
Something or other.
Yeah, super way more manly and appealing than George. It's like, oh my God, is there, and he did say Kappa something.
I looked it up in the previous and it said that she's not.
That Bree is not?
That was not a member of a sorority, which is funny because then he made a joke where he was like, I didn't think they let you in here.
Yeah.
Like,
and so they are, and also George has asked her to dance and she's like, no, thanks, I'm a little tired. And so this guy comes over and George is being a dick to him. And she's
I mean, she introduced George as her friend. I'm not on George's side.
Yeah.
But it's like, she's very.
Well, again, she's been nothing but clear about how she wants to pump the brakes on this engagement. So it's like, this is my friend 7 weeks after my husband died, I think is appropriate.
Ty, this is George. He's a good friend of mine.
Actually, we're engaged.
Bree, you look fantastic. You haven't aged.
Ty, would you like to dance?
Okay, now she's playing with fire. That dress is amazing. And George is fuming. And so he gets in her purse, gets the ring out, marches up, and like forces it onto her finger after asking if he can cut in. Ty Grant?
Yeah.
Is that it? Yeah. And it's just like super gross. And he gets into a shoving match with the guy. And he ends up like on his hands and knees because the ring has gone, and he picks it up. And do we have even anything and he's just like, what about the engagement ring I'm wearing? So he's got it in his hand like, Bree,
Put on the ring.
No. George, I don't want to.
We are engaged. You have to wear it.
Hey, knock it off, man.
yeah. Her ring from Rex was like 5 times as big as that.
We're engaged.
I don't like
This? Like this?
I don't like
I don't think we are anymore.
Like this?
You should go.
Ew. He's not even like, I can't get it off again now. If he was even like this, that's something. But like,
it was like Smeagol.
Oh God, disgusting. And so she just was like, absolutely not. And so he leaves, but not before he steals the valet ticket from Ty's jacket, which Bree very brazenly put over her own chair. I loved that. That was great.
I'm so sad that we have to stop for today because we have to watch the
Last of Us.
I almost said the rest of us. The Last of Us. But I'm so sad because the next episode, there's like a series famous scene. Like a series high.
You want to come over early next week?
Kind of.
Yeah, okay. So he takes the valet ticket. He goes out there, gives it to the valet guy, and the valet guy is like, "Oh, it's right there. The boss makes us keep the nice cars out front." It's a Porsche. It's a pretty nice Porsche, like an early 2000s Porsche. So George takes it, drives it out to a field, and lights it on fucking fire. That's a lot of crimes.
For 1 week, considering you murdered a man the previous week.
I mean, it's Grand Theft Auto.
Mm-hmm.
It's also felony larceny and arson. Those are 3 felonies.
And he was real wet.
Yeah. Also, it's just cringe.
Yeah.
Like, ugh, yuck. So yeah, she also was like, we are not engaged anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So she definitely said no.
I mean, Ty seems like a real piece of work as well.
I wouldn't go straight to Ty, but
Oh, I mean, I quite literally would. I would.
Bree is not the type to sleep around.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's half of how we're in this mess.
Because she won't sleep around?
Well, it's just like whatever this fantasy is, she's trying to like fit George into.
Yeah.
Like,
it was when I was still on TikTok, I saw a handful of like a video. I got like in a tiny little algorithm loop for a minute. And apparently there is actually like a phenomenon of younger than Bree, but like young widows especially go through like a hard slut phase after their husbands die. No, I'm totally no judgment. That was not meant for judgment. I just was like, yeah, I get it. I see it. I definitely see it. And I'm like, because they just are like, what am I supposed to do? What else is happening?
I like that you were like, what am I supposed to do with this?
What the hell? Like, but yeah, because I saw like a handful of women who had been widowed and were like, oh yeah, they were like, I went all up and through like the area. Like in 6 months after, basically, it was like a free for all. It was very funny. But yeah, that was this episode. So it was fine. It was not amazing. It was not. And then at the very end, obviously, we already talked about Caleb got arrested. So because Mike freaking tackled him to the ground, and Mrs. McCluskey was like, "Can I tase him?" And he was like, "Just call the police, please."
She's practically like.
Oh boy.
All
right.
So we'll be back.
Bye. What was that?